Pop quiz. How many languages are there in the world? 50? 100? 500? 1,000? There are over 7,000 languages spoken on this planet. That means there's roughly one unique language for every million people currently alive. Language originated here in East Africa 100,000 years ago, where our early human ancestors spoke a single common language. Every language currently known, with a few exceptions, is a descendant of that original ancestral tongue. How did that single point of origin explode into the thousands of unique languages spoken today? Why are there so many languages? Our universe is in a constant state of change. Particles collide, fuse together, and split apart. Stars are born, burn, and collapse in massive explosions that give birth to new elements. Organisms change. They grow, they develop, they replicate, they die. And the same is true for language. We can see this process of change on the little island with a big name, Great Britain. This is the story of the language I'm speaking now, English. You're probably familiar with William Shakespeare, who was writing in the year 1600.
Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms.
This is pretty easy to comprehend, but if we go back 200 years to the year 1400, it's a bit harder. This is the English of Geoffrey Chaucer.
When Zephyrus eke with his sweet breath, inspired hath in every halt and heath, the tender...
If we go back another few centuries to the year 1000, English becomes incomprehensible, an entirely separate language from what I'm speaking now. The wheels of change are always in motion. A language doesn't stay the same for long. Linguistic diversity is at its highest on mountains and islands. The island of Papua New Guinea is the biggest linguistic hotspot on Earth, with over 800 unique languages. The Highlands are difficult to traverse. The geography is an isolating force. It separates communities and creates an environment where languages drift further and further apart. Speaking of islands, did you know that Taiwanese was not the original language spoken on the island of Taiwan? It was brought to Taiwan from mainland China in the 1600s, but there's another family of languages that was born on this island, spoken by a people that undertook the greatest exploratory migration in human history, the Austronesians. The Austronesian languages traveled with their speakers, from Taiwan to the Philippines to Indonesia, west all the way to Madagascar, south to New Zealand, north to Hawaii, east to Rapa Nui. We can retrace the steps of their expeditions by comparing their languages. With each move, the languages changed, losing sounds, gaining new ones, changing structures, words drifting in meaning. With every new island, a new language was ultimately born. This is the story of human language in miniature. Restless movement, isolation, drift, and change. There's another force that shapes the diversity of language, but to see it in action, we need to travel to Nicaragua. 40 years ago, something very intriguing happened here. Deaf children, forming a community for the first time, spontaneously created a language from scratch. These children had never been exposed to a language before. There was no sign language for them to learn. But the human mind has an instinct for language, an impulse so strong that if we don't have a language, we'll invent one. This creative process isn't limited to Nicaragua. It's happened over and over again across the world at different times and for different reasons. To see what I mean, let's head back to Papua New Guinea. In the 1800s, indigenous Papuans, alongside peoples from China, Malaysia, and Melanesia, were enslaved by English colonists. Laborers here were forced to live and work together with no shared language. On these plantations, something new emerged, a form of communication created on the fly. It's called a pidgin. These pidgin languages are simple. They're the bare bones necessary to communicate basic ideas. But something amazing happens when children are born and learn pidgins as their first language. The pidgin transforms. All that missing complexity is recreated from scratch by the children learning this language for the first time. The language instinct is so strong and so specific that even in the tragic cases where language is lost, we recreate all of its complexity and all of its diversity. And with that diversity comes unique identities, communities, and cultural knowledge. But up to 90% of the world's 7,000 languages may be in danger of disappearing. Half of the world's population speaks just 20. Most languages are spoken by less than 10,000 people. Some have as few as a single remaining speaker. Many languages have never been recorded. If people stop speaking them, they'll be gone forever. But they're not gone yet. The world is more connected now than it has ever been, and that gives us an opportunity that our ancestors never had, to appreciate the vast, unbroken landscape of the human experience. And that is a beautiful thing.